Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for this week's Soulmate Oracle reading. For those of you who are just tuning in, I'm Anne Elizabeth and I give general readings focusing on divine partners and love. That includes soulmates, twin flames, twin rays, karmic connections, and past life connections. Also, if you're involved with someone and it is not a spiritual connection, it's messages coming from the divine given to you so that you can use to your highest good. I give these messages, they're not coming from me, they're coming from above. So basically you landed on this reading video for a purpose, and maybe you know someone who might benefit from it as well. So take what resonates with you and just leave what doesn't. Basically it's to help you to empower yourself, your reading, your life situation, whatever that may be. And that's what this reading video is all about. Okay, so now that we're in the middle of January, there are lots of energy shifts. It's pretty intense. It seems like where things started to cool down a little bit, you know, over the holidays, after the holidays, I should say, it's starting to build up again. I feel this happened since the solar eclipse that we just experienced. Even though many of us couldn't see it, we still felt it. And it was a new moon. I mean, intentions and things that we were putting out there, it's great. It's wonderful. But at the after effect, felt like it was getting like built up again. And that happens with these eclipses. There's another one coming up, so we're preparing for it. It's like our bodies just feel it, like something is about to happen. It doesn't have anything to do with the weather impact. I mean, we can feel that in a physical effect, that there's something going on, but it is all to do with the spiritual environment around us. And it is going to be a full-blood wolf moon. So, you know, a super moon, it's going to be intense. It's a lot larger. It's a lot more intense, that you feel the vibrations from it. So I'm not going to go into the moon, but you guys know what a full moon does. You know, it makes the waves of the water and everything. We feel it. We just feel like the emotional energies just are all the way up. So this is kind of like a little bit more amplified. So even if it is amplified, you know what? You're going to know how to handle it. We're going to keep calm. We're all going to do this. It's going to be okay. You just have to be positive, okay? So I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be doing more blog posts, blog articles. I just been like super busy. A lot of you have been asking me, when am I going to post another article? The thing is that I've been tied up with so many different things in my life right now, and I can only do the weekly oracle readings that I've been putting out here, and a lot of Instagram. I know a lot of you are following me. Thank you guys so much for all your support on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, Pinterest, and even Twitter. I try my best to reach out to everybody as much as I can. Like I said, it's kind of difficult when you're having like so many things happen all at once, but it's great because 2019 is going to be a beautiful, amazing year. Got to keep telling yourselves that. Remember, we all are sticking together. Okay, so I don't want to go too much into that. I just wanted to let you guys know that I will be here for you guys. So anytime you need a personalized reading, the links are down below in the description area, and you can read the instructions and everything else on how to get that. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So let's begin with the reading. I've meditated while I was shuffling the cards, asking the angels on what we need to know in order to empower our relationships and to avoid any obstacles that may be in front of us. The cards that I've used were the very beautiful Angel Prayers Oracle cards by Kyle Gray. This is a newer deck of mine that I just received for Christmas. And the first card that I pulled, Change and Transition. And as you can see, this is an angel. Let's see, maybe I get this card, this side. Okay, there we go. And he's changing. This is definitely a lot of changes that we've been seeing with the collective, and energies that are starting to come in that we're feeling, actually. And as it says on the bottom, thank you, Azrael, for leading me safely through this change. And this is a card that represents the Divine Masculine. And the Divine Masculine is changing. There's a lot of emotional shifts that's going on for both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. And it's not something that we can control so much, but it is something that we have to understand that it's happening for a specific reason. It's a purpose. And the purpose that it has is like nobody can tell you, but you're feeling it, and the Divine Masculine is feeling it. The Divine Masculine is saying, I need something to come back to. I need something to find myself into. I have to stop running, because this has been going on for a long time with the Divine Masculine. They've been running. The Divine Masculines don't know which way to turn, but all they know is that they're running from something, and it can go on and on and on like this until they finally get it. There has to be something that has to trigger them. Usually it's when they hit rock bottom. And that's where we've been seeing the divine masculine going through like a lot of challenges. And like I said before, divine masculine doesn't have to be a woman. It could also, I mean, a man, it could be a woman as well. So it's either or. Now, divine masculine a lot of times goes through a lot of egotistical energies and behaviors that we see a lot. And this is a time where I feel that divine masculine is starting to let go of that egotistical way. Not holding on to so much, but more of like looking at life a little bit more easier, looking at life with a little bit more of a positive tone, instead of feeling like everything is just pulling on him and he's not seeing it. This is all something that has to come to place. This is something that has to happen. And though it may feel like it's going through a lot of emotional shifts, it's not an emotional shift that will affect divine masculine from ever finding himself, or I should say herself. It doesn't matter. Like I said, it's not a man and a woman, but when I say masculine, I think automatically male, but it's not necessarily a male, because divine masculine and feminine lives inside of both of us. Really quick, these two cards are divine masculine, these two cards are divine feminine. I try to put the two together so that we can understand where we're at with our soul centers and with our divine partners, or finding our divine partners. So something is going on right now, and it has a lot to do with what I discussed earlier to you guys about the January shifts, the January spiritual shifts. Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, but now that we're seeing it so early on in a new year, it represents a lot of changes happening. So this is where I feel it has a lot to do for divine masculines are going to be seeing major shifts, major changes, but all in a way where they have to see it. It's like they've been procrastinating way too long. Okay, the next card, balance. And as you can see, this angel has the scales. She's balancing. Very beautiful artwork. I can gaze into them, especially it's a newer deck. I've already looked through all the cards, and you know, every time I do, I see more messages. I get more messages, and you may too as well. Balance. Thank you, angels, for bringing my life into balance. Okay, now the balance doesn't necessarily mean that everything is coming into a proper alignment. You know, many times we have to go through that shift, that transition, in order to find that true balance, to find, you know, our way in life. Divine masculine is starting to put it together. Divine masculine is starting to see, hey, what am I missing out on? I'm missing something. There's something that divine masculine is sending to their divine feminine, and the energies that are coming through is coming in through and like a perfect alignment of balance that you're feeling, but not necessarily that everything is perfect. Remember that sometimes you have to bring out all the how could I say, excess baggage. You have to purge out, a lot of purging, a lot of letting go, a lot of releasing this month as well. So in order to get to that perfect balance, guess what? It's time to just release it, let it go. Find where you're supposed to be at with yourself, first of all, by loving yourself. Because you could be caught up in a relationship where you're not getting any love, you're not getting any emotional support from that person, and you feel like, I'm being neglected all the time, and why am I with this person? Why do I have to keep putting so much of myself and I don't get nothing back? You may be feeling like you're texting, you're communicating, you're the one initiating, you're the one that's always putting the effort. Guess what? It's time to stop that. This is why I said there's change and transition happening here. Change and transitioning into a new beginning that comes into a perfect alignment of balance, but sometimes you have to see things in a negative way. Divine masculines are hitting the lower end of life, and they feel it. They feel their centers, even if they show themselves to have a smile on their face and everything seems to be so wonderful in their life. There's something inside of divine masculine that's hurting, and that's where the balance comes in, because they're starting to get it. They start to feel it. They start to see it, but then they go back to their ways that they've been in, you know, so clinched onto for so long, that it's now time for that new beginning, that change, that shift. Balance is something that I feel that is happening also with the divine feminines. I have to include the divine feminines here because divine feminines have been starting now to strike back and saying, you know what, I want this to start over again. I want this to open up something that is new, that is exciting for myself in my life, not necessarily codependent on someone. This is where you may feel like you're constantly giving, and you're not getting back anything from that person. And that's not right. That's not where you want to be with a relationship. If you're feeling like you're putting all the work, take a step back, or, kind of like not put so much of yourself into it, because when you do this, you're ruining that opportunity for your divine partner, or your spiritual connection of that person that you have that divine energy with, from making that effort. And when they don't make the effort, you don't get the confirmation. We're human, guys. We have to see something. We do have to see a little something coming from that person so that we can feel complete. If we don't feel complete, we're just going to feel insecure on the inside. And I don't have to go into that and tell you how that feels. So maybe if you just wait it out a little longer. Patience, that could be your life lesson as well. And if you start to find yourself saying, you know what, I'm doing better without this person. Well, maybe that was your life lesson, so that you can go out there and find that person that is meant to be with you. When you put all of your energy into a relationship, and I always say this, I mean, even if you're connected to them, they're your twin flame, they're your divine partner, you are putting all the effort, all the energy, and making this relationship work, because you find that if you don't, it's going to fall apart. Well, then you should not put this energy out there, because that person is not getting it. That person is not, kind of like, that person has gotten lazy and they're not giving you anything back. Now, that's one way to know, to get the confirmation that they do share something with you. I always say, wait it out a little while. Don't text, so often. Don't communicate so often, or just leave it be. Yes, I know sometimes that's very hard to do, and it hurts, and I understand that, but it hurts even more when you get rejected and you're feeling like that person is ruling over you and they have the upper hand. I don't believe in that in relationships, no matter who that person is. We all are 50-50, and we have to give in as much as we can in a relationship. Of course, we give our 100%, but we need 100% back. And I know sometimes it's difficult to see 100% with some people, but you know what I'm saying. It's like, if you're the one that's always putting everything out there and making this relationship work by initiating, then it's a time to see what happens. Kind of like, maybe this is a life lesson for you not to be so codependent or latched onto this person, because this person needs to work on themselves, because they got, like, in their mind that you're always going to be there. They need to get out of their comfort zone. I always say it's time for balance, time for you to see something come through in your life from that person. Okay, so let's go to the next card, Divine Feminine. Speak your truth, Archangel Gabriel, or Gabrielle. Very beautiful angel, as you can see. I love the red hair. I love the colors in this card. Wow. I love this. I love these cards. They're beautiful. Thank you, Gabrielle, for helping me to speak with integrity. And that is so true. Remember, because you're not getting what you want, that person isn't communicating, that person isn't giving you 100%, it's time to start focusing on yourself. This is 2019, guys. This is not a time for us to put everything into a relationship. Yes, it is time to put into the relationship, providing you're getting something back. If you're not getting anything back, it's time to rethink where you're at for yourself. Do you love yourself? And like we talked about before, I know you guys say, yes, I do love myself, and I do treasure my life, and I want, the best for myself. And great, that's beautiful. I'm happy for you. That's wonderful. But you can't keep letting this person, like, have the upper hand or dominate. So you need to speak your truth. Divine Feminine is starting to do this, where the Divine Feminine is starting to say, I need to speak what is on my mind. If it's not good, if it's not positive, I need to speak with love at least. And I'm sorry for that. That's a little reminder for something. But you need to just focus on yourself. You need to focus on your spirit. What your spirit needs. Maybe your spirit needs the love. Just like you see in this beautiful angel. This beautiful angel is beautiful because it's not just the physical, but it's just the mind, body, and spirit, because this person loves themselves. Like it's the glow around it. I feel like there's a lot of love around this card, that when you speak your truth, you get the truth back. I want truth. I mean, even if it hurts me, even if it's something that I don't want to hear, you know, I believe in taking the Band-Aid off, even if it's going to be, you know, you just do it. You know, better to do it now instead of lingering on with keeping something inside. Maybe it's something that you really want to say to this person in a loving way, of course. Not something where you're demanding, not something that you're putting all of your, you know, emotions into it, because when you do that, you kind of lose what you were trying to say originally. And when you do that, you end up finding yourself just going in circles. I really feel like this is something that you need to speak up. And it may not be negative, like I said. It doesn't have to be negative. It shouldn't be negative. But it should be enough to get to the point. That's what I would say. Speaking your truth even to maybe a loved one. Maybe it's not necessarily a love relationship, romantic partner. Maybe there's someone that you're seeing is agitating you. You know, like I said, speaking your truth kind of like releases it, buries a hatchet, or it does stir up sometimes, you know, negativity where you find yourself in a disagreement. Try not to do that, but if it does happen, maybe it's not you because you spoke up your truth, you worked on what you were going to say, this is something that you were feeling. I always believe in speaking up what you believe in, what was in your heart, but speak with love that you know you did the right thing. I know that's how I look at things. I look at things in a very open way that I'm going to try to look at their side at the same time, because maybe I'm not getting it. Maybe I'm not getting what they're trying to say or what they're doing that I'm not understanding. And that happens a lot. You know, it happens a lot with our kids as well. So I strongly recommend that you just speak up, but not in so much of a negative way. Okay, so let's go to the next card. Take a step back. Oh, I love this picture, this artwork. She's grounding herself and she's walking with the doves. This angel is beautiful. She's not flying, she's walking. So it's not something negative, but it's something like I've been talking about, taking a step back. Thank you, angels, for helping me to take a step back from what's not serving me. And you know what? That's exactly what I just said. What I just said about speak your truth. When you speak up, when you reveal what's truly in your heart, you can be yourself. It's time to take a step back. Not to let negativity or anger or anxiety or anything that you're feeling, worry, doubt, all those things. Yes, they all sometimes combined, and they all just work us up to the point where we say things that we don't mean. This is a time not to allow it to happen. This is a time to really focus on what you want to say, on what you want to do, and just go with it. You know, kind of like, I'm going to release and I'm going to surrender and I'm going to let the universe guide me. Now, like I said, we're coming into a new beginning, a new day, new energies that are happening in the next few weeks. And it's time to just focus on that. Focus on that so that you can take with you what you need. Because right now you're not taking the energies what is supposed to happen. I mean, you're looking at it in a way where maybe you're blinded. You're not looking at the changes that have to happen, because we go through these things. We go through these emotional spurts. So taking a step back and just looking around you and saying, what do I need to change this? What do I need to reveal my inner peace with this person? Maybe this person doesn't get it because they don't find the inner peace. Many times we have to help that person, and we decide, you know, what we're going to do. Are we going to, you know, continue this discussion, or are we going to try to work on our situation? That's where I feel you need to talk with this person. You know, like more of like, be their friend, but not be the person that you're, you know, trying to dominate or trying to control, because that happens a lot with love relationships. When we feel like we're not getting the love we want, we end up feeling like we need this, we need this, we need this. Sometimes taking a step back and saying, I'm going to work on myself, and you know what? You do what you need to do, because we need to get this right. We need to get together on this, and whatever that may be, if you need your space, and I need my space. It's not about breaking up. I'm not talking about, oh, you need to end your relationship. So maybe if you got that, maybe you might, but maybe it's more about, I'm talking about taking a step back where you're not putting so much of yourself into the relationship. That's what I feel like this direct message is. It's more of like, let the universe show you and reveal to you what this person means to you in your life. Is this person meant to be something more for the future? And I'm sure you'll see signs. There will be different things that will show you that, yeah, this is a time for us to get together into perfect union, divine union, because that's what this year is about. This is about coming into a new beginning with that person. Or it could be that it's time to rethink your relationship, and maybe it's not you that is connected to that person. Maybe you're just drawn to that person because you're codependent, because you don't want to be alone, or maybe that person is just somebody that's there because you have nobody else. Like I said, you just don't want to be alone. That happens a lot. I see this a lot. That prevents you from growing, okay? And that's totally up to you guys. I'm not saying that everybody should be alone, because nobody should be alone, but more of like, just take a step back. You know what? Be a friend to that person, but also speak your truth. Do you really love that person? Or do you really feel emotional support with that person, that you want to grow with this person? And tell this person. If you don't, then maybe you should just take a step back. Balancing everything by going through these changes, this transition. This also represents that there is new beginnings. I really feel that everything that's going on now with the energy shifts that's going to happen next week, and what we're feeling right now, because it's all combined. It's going on and on and on. We're just feeling like a lot of stuff. I can't really describe it. But the one thing I want to say is that you have to go with your gut. Go follow your intuition. If this person you find means more to you, that it's worth pursuing, then you need to continue. If you're apart from this person and you feel like this person has something with you, that there's a divine connection there, you have to trust it. And you know what? I'm not the one to tell you who is your divine partner. Remember that you are the one that knows. You're the one that feels it. I can sense, I can feel. Yes, anybody could do that. Yes, we can all sense the energies with our divine partner, but you're the one that's going to be the one that confirms it. And that's why you have to just take a look on, what am I doing with this person? We have to get together, but maybe I have to wait a little while longer. Patience is a very strong virtue. When you're apart from your twin flame, I'm just going to use this as an example. It is the most intense emotional pain that you go through. And if you're involved in a runner and chaser stage, I don't have to tell you guys, it is extreme. It is feeling sometimes like emotionally draining on you. And you know what? There's ways of coping, and there's ways of not allowing it to bring you down, because we go through these different situations in order to empower our lives, not to bring us down, not to bring down our vibration. You need to focus on yourself for today. Whatever that may be. Maybe your twin is in union with you, but you guys are not seeing eye to eye about things. You're not getting together. You're not feeling happy like you were at the very beginning. Maybe there's something going on here that you both are not working on yourselves correctly. So twin flames, twin rays, they all work on themselves simultaneously, even soulmates. So you have to work on yourself constantly. That's why I'm always saying it over and over. Work on yourself, because it accumulates. Like it's just like when we go outside in the world, you know, we accumulate toxic air. I mean, yeah, carbon monoxide, gas fumes, all that like stuff that goes out in the air. And we detox our bodies. Our bodies are like machines, continuously detoxing all of those chemicals. And when they detox, they're releasing. So the same thing happens with our spirit. We accumulate a lot. We constantly bring in a lot. We are not perfect, but we do release a lot. So if you're constantly holding on to a lot of things and allowing more to come through, more to bring into your life, you're not going to be good for yourself. You're not going to be good for that person. You're not going to be good for anybody. You're actually going to put a lot of energy strain on just the whole relationship itself, because you're just not doing well. It's time to release it. Like I said, release whatever is coming through, whatever you're feeling that's coming through. Release it, surrender it, let go. This is a time to just release and let go. Really important right now, guys, because by letting go, you kind of bring in that new beginning, that new energy of light that you're feeling with that person. You know, like you can fall in love with your divine partner all over again. And it can happen, you know, on a cycle, like you're constantly feeling that love, constantly generating it. And it happens with all soulmates as well. But if you're not allowing yourself to like detox the negative stuff,
it's never going to come through. So remember that. Working on yourself doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I love myself, I say my positive affirmations. No, it's also about humbling yourself, releasing things that you are holding on to, excess baggage, speak your truth in order to come to a balance, make those changes. Take a step back. I feel that with everything that's combined here, it's giving the perfect message of just take a breather, work on yourself. You know, not just in one way, but in all different ways. If it's, you know, working on your body, you know what, moving is really important also. Circulating your body, the blood flow in your body helps your mind, helps your spirit generate energy. You know, it's kind of like the machine, you know, it's going. If it's just sitting there idle and it's not doing anything, guess what? It's a machine that's not working, and it's not good. It's not going to bring in the positive energy that you're looking for. And positive energy automatically attracts positive light. And that includes love, guys, love. When you're with someone, if you're apart from someone, you're going to attract the love in your life more than ever if you really focus on it. You know, focus on it. Get out there. It's time to start working out. It's time to exercise. It's time to get moving. Yeah, I know we all say the New Year's resolution, we're all on it. We're all, you know, watching what we eat and, you know, making sure we're doing the best for our bodies. But I mean, really, guys, it's all about really taking charge of who you are and saying, I'm not going to let nothing stop me. I'm going to be the best that I can be for 2019. And keep saying that to yourself. Take selfies of yourself. I know that sounds superficial, like, oh, I'm taking a selfie of myself. I don't feel like taking a selfie. But really, when you look at yourself today, and then maybe in a month from now that you've worked on yourself, I bet you're going to see a different person. You're going to see a glow. You're going to see a light shining through. Trust me, guys, it really works. It's kind of like a selfie therapy. I know teenagers, young people, they all do it. And, you know, we do it too. Sometimes we don't like what we see. That's what we got filters for. No, just kidding. But yeah, if you want to use a filter, why not? But remember, the light that is inside of you, it doesn't come from a filter. Okay. So no matter if you're using the Snapchat and all these other fun, like, types of filters we all like to use, it's not going to show the true light that's in you. Do you ever take a picture sometimes and you don't have, you know, your hair's not fixed. If you're a woman, you're not wearing any makeup, and you just, you know, shine, you know, like there's something about you because you're extremely happy. You're extremely positive. It's the light that's inside of you. I know I look at photos of myself, you know, from 10 years ago and how much I've worked on myself. I see a different person, not because I've aged, but because I feel more empowered. And a lot of people say, wow, you look better now than you did back then, because each day, okay, is not about physically looking good. It's about internally looking good. And I'm not here to tell you guys to go get yourself, you know, facials and go to the spa and, you know, do things, you know, fun and grow a nice, like, man beard or whatever, like men like to do. But it's more of like focusing on the light inside of you, because that's what really shines and that's what attracts the love. You're going to see a difference with other people and how they're acting and how they are. And you're going to feel like a shield of light that is around you, that you're not going to allow nobody to bring you down, to dominate you. Okay? So I hope that this reading resonated with you, because I'm going to tell you right now, there was many messages that I was getting that I felt they were coming to me as well. Take what resonates with you, like I said before, and just leave what doesn't. It's a reading video that you may want to visit later on, or you may want to just maybe put it in your favorites and watch it when you're feeling more open to hearing the video, because a lot of times we have ego. Okay, so if you'd like to get your own personalized reading, like I said earlier, I do offer phone chat and email readings, and the links are down below in the description area, and they're on my blogs. That you can also check out my articles about soulmates, twin flames, and all spiritual connections. Also, I have other YouTube and Facebook videos that talk about the soulmate and twin flame connections, understanding them a little bit better. The Q&A videos I'm talking about. Also, if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, please post them in the comments area. I've been trying to get to everybody as much as I can, but it's been a little bit busier for me just by my activities lately, and it's not just necessarily in one particular area, family, you know, just everything. Okay, so it's a busy month, I have to admit, and I guess I wouldn't have it any other way. It's fun, you know, spending time with family and everything. So I just want to say one last thing. Thank you guys so much for all the support and love that you guys share with me, and your stories and situations that you bring to me, because it is a positive energy exchange. It means a lot to me, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So I want to be here for you guys. I plan to do more live videos. I know a lot of you have been asking me about my live videos, but it's been a little crazy lately. So I do plan to do them in the future. So until next time, God be with you all. God bless. Namaste.